Previously on Quest Friends Forever. Well, one of the things about our festival here in town is that every single attendee must give something. The act of giving back and sharing really spreads the Harvest-Tide spirit and praises the Overgotta feast. I fear about paying inadequate tribute to the Overgotta feast if we postpone it too long. It's supposed to happen today. Every living thing in Remedy is just gone.
Let's go ahead and make the contribution to the Overgotta feast on the behalf of the town. I'm just trying to fulfill their commitment to the god with whatever people I have here.
Unfortunately, there is no 100% concrete way to get a god to speak to you or even appear. It is said that anyone can ask for a blessing and potentially receive some kind of personal benefit. I'm Foster Grant. Great to meet you. Yeah, I'm seeking the Overgotta knowledge for either, a sign or a blessing. Trying to get a business off the ground. I call them sunglasses. What are you trying to do?
Get him to pay for our rooms.
Get your things. Come on in, troopers, he says.
Aw.
Barrymore is laying on the shore. A crackling blue and white wave of energy begins to emerge from the surrounding trees. All living things in Rosewater have just somehow vanished. You awaken in your comped room at the Lakeshire Inn. Stephanie, Val, and Ellie wake up fully rested after 4 hours, but Jared sleeps 8, so everyone just has to kind of chill for a little while, I guess.
Honestly, that's the most realistic thing about my character. That's me in real life, so hey, shout out.
Your inability to wake up without a gallon of coffee?
Well, and also I just sleep in later, and I'll be like, it's fine. It's great.
Yeah, so the two elves and the robot are like up and dressed and ready, and everyone's just sitting around while Jared, I imagine, just like snores really loud, like sprawled across the bed. Just obnoxious.
I've got my portable CPAP.
Do you have the mask over your eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he do the thing like in cartoons because he's all about like stealing money and like getting money? So he goes. So when he snores, he goes. Rob the bank. Rob the bank. Rob the bank.
Oh, tucking his sleep.
like Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob.
Yeah. Money.
Yeah.
Money.
Money.
Yes.
Money.
He's taking a Mr. Krabs nap.
A must.
Do the elves or the robot want to do anything before we hit the road?
Like, hit the road as in leave this? Or, like, do something
Well,
here
you're
in the
you're
hotel
going
room?
just in the room. Just in the room. I don't know. I'm just making sure before we
I'm asleep.
go on the adventure.
So I snuck out and went into town and found some fruit and some mead again.
Classic. A throwback.
And then
We love it.
I came back, and so Jared is just passed out on the bed, probably like all the way like a toddler looks in the middle of the night with the arms all spread out and all kung fu snoring and drooling everywhere.
I'm definitely farting occasionally, and you guys are not enjoying that.
Well, it's okay. I can't sense smell. It's fine. Nor can I be poisoned by smell, by farts.
Good on you.
So I am, but instead of being a total asshole running into the room like I would normally do, instead I am very quietly and patiently waiting beside the bed next to Jared with a tray of fruit and mead for some reason, because that's all anybody ever eats for breakfast in these towns.
I don't know what to tell you. That's just what they have at the store. I don't know.
And I'm just there patiently waiting for him to wake up, and I will offer him breakfast.
So, just to be clear, there is just a robot standing perfectly still, holding a tray right beside the bed where Jared is sleeping, just waiting. Is that right? Amazing.
Yeah. He's my friend. I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to make sure that he's nourished for our journey that apparently
Did you
we're going on.
nourish
This is a
us?
very important journey, and Val knows this because
give
clearly...
us- Hello. Did you like
What?
help me and Ellie too? Or are you only doting on Jared? That's important.
I mean, either way, I'm fine with it. So,
Yeah, I left also a bunch of stuff on the table in this room at the inn.
Okay.
Val got breakfast for everyone, just like last time.
Yeah, I got breakfast for everybody. I'm not a jerk.
So, all right, Jared, so you wake up, and there's just a robot just lording
Hello.
over you.
Hello.
that's my wake up.
And I inch forward just a hair,
How can I help you today?
and you hear
Is
the
that for
clink
me?
clank 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 of robot arms slightly lifting and then stopping. So like all the silverware and the container, like the bowl and stuff, it's just clank, clank, clank. Yeah. Oh, not spilling it, but very close to spilling it all over Jared.
I pick up the tray. I grab the meat off the thing. I pick the tray up, and I look to the rest of the group, and I'm like, "Everyone, take note. This is how I want to wake up from this day forward. Thank you."
I'm not paying
Sure
attention.
thing. Sure thing.
It is now written into my programming to follow instructions every time now.
Been given a new
Iconic.
directive. Okay.
Yes.
If breakfast, then Jared is now written into your code.
Yeah.
I
All right.
mean,
So.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
But wait, I'm not done yet. So I'm also going to take a robot fistful of berries and just chuck them in the back compartment of my chassis, just in case we end up somewhere where there is no breakfast available, and at which point programming will then tell me to then grab said berries and offer them to Jared for breakfast.
Weeks
Weeks
old rotted
old
berry.
berries.
weeks
Yeah.
old ass berries.
Yep.
Love that.
Great.
Love a chassied fruit.
You gotta love that chassis fruit.
Love
So,
chassied fruit.
y'all enjoy your breakfast. Thank you, Val.
Yum 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 yum.
Hey, Val.
Sure
hey,
thing.
Val. Val, how did you pay for that?
Hello.
Uh-huh. You're gonna have to tell me
Hello.
how you did. You steal breakfast in the fantasy Vatican City, where all the
Retreat.
gods are constantly watching?
Retreat. Retreat.
Okay,
Move along. Nothing to see here.
amazing. So, as you enjoy your contraband breakfast, apparently,
Contra breakfast.
contra breakfast, y'all finish. Y'all are up and dressed, and it is time to head out to the shrines. So, you open the door to leave, but there is a package on the ground right in front of your room out in the hall.
It's a bomb. So let's kick it off the fucking porch.
Well, you're inside of an inn.
Okay. I say to the group, hold on. It could be a bomb.
A fantasy bomb.
A fantasy bomb.
Oh my goodness.
I tiptoe towards it and I softly kick it with my foot, waiting to hear something.
You hear some rattling around in there, but it's like not like a bomb rattling. Like there's things in the box like sliding around, like smaller individual objects.
Is it sunglasses? Is there sunglasses in the box?
No one's opened the box yet.
Oh dear. No, thank you.
Okay. I pick up the box
Mm-hmm.
and
Uh-huh.
I open it. I don't know. What do
So
I
Jared-
do with this?
So Jared, you open this box, and on the very top you see a handwritten note
Okay.
that says, "To my new best buds,
Oh, Jesus.
Foster Grant," and then a line break, and then it says, and he kind of like changed his handwriting, and it says, "Sun's out, glasses out," and then a winky face emoticon, and then another
my
line
goodness.
break, and then another line break, and then in parentheses it says, "I'm still workshopping the slogan," and then a drawing of a thumbs up.
Okay.
Ouch.
And under that handwritten note, there are 4 pairs of Foster's sunglasses prototypes. Go ahead and add them to your inventory if you would like to keep them.
What do
Yeah,
I do?
Oh, sorry.
There are 4 pairs.
Do I need these?
They are, maybe you test them or something, but they are not magical. They are just regular ass sunglasses.
What are they called?
Sunglasses.
They don't
Can
have
you
a name.
repeat
Like
that
a
actually?
trademark name?
Sunglasses, he calls them
So
sometimes.
I'm going to need you to slow down. How do you spell the first part?
It's SUNG, sung, and then LASSES, lasses.
Oh, sunglasses.
Yeah.
Is that hyphenated?
Only if you want it to be.
It's actually in quotes.
What style is the frame? And
Foster
what is
Grants.
it made out of?
They're Foster Grants.
I'm sorry. I need to know in real, like, what did they look like, Danny? Paint this portrait for me.
I mean, I will just Google a picture of Foster Grant sunglasses.
They're just
Does
Ray-Bans.
No,
does
they're
this fantasy
not
world
Ray-Bans.
have
They're
the
Foster Grants.
technology to? Does this fantasy world of ours have a technology to heat like what are glasses made out of? Not just plastic, but there's something else in them.
Polystyrene.
Acetate?
They're just black plastic ones. Like they kind of look like Ray-Bans, but they're not Ray-Bans. It's important to note they're not Ray-Bans. That is
So they are Ray-Bans.
that is his rival.
Got it.
So these are Ray-Ban knockoffs.
Ray stole his idea. Remember? After you take these and you walk by Foster's room, his room is already closed and has a do not disturb sign on it. So you guess that maybe he is not there.
Okay.
I stand in front of the door, and then I slowly lift up the sunglasses to where Val's eyes would be, even though it's just a glass dome,
Mm-hmm.
just in case they're X-ray specs, and I can see through the door.
Roll for... No, just kidding. They're not. They're just regular ass sunglasses.
So we're not going to find out later that they have secret conductivity of some kind.
No, it's just a gift from a friend. A selfless gift from a nice man.
This seems fake as fuck. This seems so suspicious. A, I don't like him.
I
And
know.
B, this seems bad.
I don't know what to
It's
tell you, man.
sus for sure.
This guy's a
It's-
politician and I don't like it.
They're sus glasses.
Can I turn?
Sus.
Danny, I have
Sus.
I have a DM question.
Okay.
Mage hand, does mage hand have to be a hand?
I think so, because people can see it, and it, like, lifts things.
No, I know, but can I turn it? Can I do mage hand, but instead make 2 floating eyeballs in front of my glass dome?
No,
No.
that's not how that works. It's a hand.
So I can't put
You
the sunglasses on my face.
That would be horrifying.
I'm getting
Um,
big, since it's sus, I'm getting big imposter Grant vibes.
Oh, got them. They're knockoffs.
So I don't have eyes or a
Pirates.
face or anything. It's just a big colorful glass dome over the thing.
Right.
However, in my equipment, I do still have a woman's bonnet.
Yes, you do.
So I fashioned the woman's bonnet on top of my glass dome so that I can put on the sunglasses being held on by the sides of the woman's bonnet. So now there's a robot walking around with sunglasses and a woman's bonnet on its glass dome.
Big E.T. in town vibes.
Yeah, pretty much.
They'll never know that I'm a robot now.
So,
bleep.
Shake.
I love being a human being.
Yes.
disguised Val, apparently, and the rest of the group, you leave the Lakeshire Inn, and you make the short walk back to the windowless and insignia-less white marble building that houses the 16 shrines to the overgods and the undergods.
That only took us 20 minutes, by the way.
I know. It's still pretty
You
early
gave
in
us
the morning.
sunglasses. You're the one who you baited us to do
It's
it.
good pod fodder.
Yeah, I like having
It's
a
good
lot.
pod fodder.
I like having a lot of content to have to edit down and pick from and chew through. You know, it keeps me
You know-
sharp with my editing skills.
I mean, Danny, it's better to have more choices
That's
than
true.
not enough.
Better to have
right?
it and not
So
need it.
We're just, we're giving you a gift.
Yeah.
The gift of
The gift of gab.
You make the short walk.
but when I'm just kidding.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Sorry, where are the horses in all this?
They're still in the stables where you parked them last night.
Why would we walk
Okay.
20 minutes when we have horses?
You didn't walk 20 minutes. She was talking about real time 20 minutes.
Oh.
Okay.
We're so funny.
This is how Dungeons and Dragons works, right? Am I playing this right? Are we doing it right?
You make the short walk back to the windowless and insignia-less white marble building that houses the 16 shrines to the overgods and the undergods. It's still pretty early in the morning, so there's just a short line outside the building. Nothing that should prevent you from getting in soon. As you get close, you see an elf woman standing at the entrance that leads upstairs, and a human woman standing at the entrance that leads downstairs. They seem to be working the doors, stopping people from entering until they are allowed. They are each wearing the same gray tunic you've seen on the other clerics and monks around the city so far, with the elf sporting the insignia of nature, and the human sporting the insignia of blood. As you head toward the back of this short line, you can see the people already lined up in front of you all look prepared to make some kind of offering. There is a large bugbear holding an ornate oak chest that seems to be filled with gold coins based on how it jingles when they move it. There is an elderly but muscular human woman holding a sword that is radiating light from its blade. There is a young dwarven couple holding a glass vial filled with some kind of green liquid. There is a half-elf bard in what you can guess are his fanciest clothes, quietly muttering to himself while tuning the strings on his lute, and on and on and on down the line. As you approach your spot in the back of the line, who do you see in front of you? Why, it's none other than Foster Grant in line for the Pantheon. Today, Foster is wearing a short-sleeved gray checkered button-up shirt tucked into khaki shorts with white socks halfway up his calves, white tennis shoes that you could have sworn you saw the New Balance logo on, and, of course, sunglasses. He is holding a rectangular white box in his hands, but when he sees you approaching, he gets excited and like shifts the box over to like under his arm so he can wave at you with his right hand. And he gives you a big dad wave. And he says,
Hello.
"Well, there's my new friends all ready to face the day. Looks like we beat the rush, huh?"
Hey, Foster, love those glasses. Are those Ray-Bans?
He actually kind of scours a little. He kind of starts to talk and then goes, like you've given him a shallow cut. No, man, these are the originals. Come on, you recognize quality when you see it. I know you do. And he looks and sees Val wearing the glasses, but not the other three of you. And he says, "Oh, not rocking those shades I gave you yet, huh? That's fine. Save them till later when the sun's higher in the sky. Get the maximum use. Smart. I like it. I like it a lot."
That's exactly what we were doing.
Yeah, I could totally tell. You guys plan stuff out in advance. I love it. Real thinkers. Real academic types. I'm into it.
You really got us there.
The line moves forward a little bit, so everybody kind of shuffles forward. And he turns back around. "So I never asked you what you're planning on offering up there. I don't assume it's your little robot friend here, am I right? I'm just joshing you, chum." And he goes for a move like he's gonna...
No, thank you.
He goes for a move like he's gonna tussle a little kid's hair after like a tease. But then remembers Val doesn't have hair, so he kind of just taps the bonnet now, the bonnet on top of the glass dome, just kind of rubs it a bit.
Val does the same thing towards his, I guess, stomach is what Val would reach.
Okay.
But kind of pushes a little harder than they should have, probably.
So you jostle him a little bit, give him a little.
Yeah.
All
Yeah. Right. But I'm a uncoordinated little machine made for war, so I may have pushed him back a little bit, kind of hard by accident.
Yeah,
Not
you
really
go
by
to
accident.
you go to return this gesture, and you knock him back a little bit, and he kind of stumbles backwards into the person in front of him. It's this big orc holding like a gold necklace. And the orc turns around and growls, and Foster goes, "Oh, sorry, bud, just messing around with my chums here."
He's such a wiener.
Emphasis on the chum.
He holds up the box he's holding. Looks like a box like a dozen donuts would come in fantasy donut time, I guess.
Fantasy donuts?
"I've got all my sunglasses prototypes in the box here. Just gonna show them to the over-god of knowledge, explain my situation. Hopefully they'll show me the way or give me a blessing or something to make this business really pop. What are you guys offering?"
Well, funny enough, we're actually offering a brand new box of sunglasses ourselves.
"Oh, you got some other models in there? You're not buying from my competitors, are you?"
We sure do. We're actually gonna be giving these as an offering as a way to tamper out the competition for you.
He thinks about it for a second and he goes, "Well, that should work, I guess. They'll see. They can maybe compare my glasses to your glasses and see the quality difference. Smart. You guys are really onto something here. You think you know a person and they just
Sure
constantly
thing.
surprise you. It's great. Every day's a journey, you know." The awkward silence does not seem to affect Foster as much as it affects Daniel Barkley, the DM, looking at his friends not participating with his fun character. But he's good.
I turn to the group and I say in a hush whispered tone so that Foster Scott doesn't
Foster
hear what we
Freeze.
have to say. Dairy Queen doesn't hear what we have to say.
Yeah, Foster turns around because the line's moving forward again, so he turns around to move
Yeah,
up.
perfect.
Move
And I
along. Nothing to see here.
Whisperedly be like, "So guys, what are we gonna give them?
100% the glasses.
Right?"
Val's back apartment prangs open, and Val reaches back and grabs a handful of berries that are now all
Oh my
smushed and kind of funky smelling, and then holds them out and sort of like seeking approval from the rest of the group.
So, shitty glasses and some squished berries.
So Val points ahead in line to see the bard who's like tuning his lute, and notices that they also accept song. So Val, with one hand, Val drops the gross berries. With one hand, does a very, very miniature light show with dancing lights, just like basically for us in the huddle to see, while also...
Let's get this party started.
Like, I can give them a show, A performance, perhaps.
I notice that I have a satchel full of stolen treasures from an encounter on a bridge. And I say to the group, would a pearl necklace and 2 gold teeth do anything?
You guys, I think I got it, actually. And Stephanie pulls out the angry doll. The angry doll that she got from Remedy, because it's from the place that this feast was happening in this god's name. And is like, this is from the place that we're coming here to talk about. And so, like, maybe this'll, look at the tag right here. It says, Harvest Festival, what year is it?
And then the year, yeah. And then it says the year that we all already know and don't need to say out loud.
Perfect.
It's a fantasy world, so it's actually in letters
Yeah.
for some reason.
Maybe that'll work.
As you are debating amongst yourselves, you notice that you have moved all the way to the front, and Foster has been called forward and gestured inside. And he starts to walk forward and turns around and says, well, I'd wish you luck in there, but I feel like you're not going to need it. And he gives you a point, and then he pulls down his glasses slightly to give you a big wink. And for the first time ever, you see his eyes. He's got nice brown eyes, actually. And he gives you a quick little wink, and then he turns and disappears up the stairs, and you are next in line.
Oh my god, what if he was like a god incarnate, like, just like coming to chill, and like
This
we
whole
just like
thing was a
fucked
test?
his whole thing, or like we just took advantage of this poor guy. Oh my god. He is the over-god of feast? Fuck. Okay.
So after Foster is called in, a few more minutes go by, and then finally the elf woman with the nature insignia standing in guard of the upward staircase turns and looks at you, and first she kind of points to the opening downstairs and the opening upstairs, like back and forth, like which one are you going to, down or up?
We point up.
She nods and she steps aside and she kind of sweeps her arm like, go on in.
Okay, guys. Walk, walk,
I mean-
walk, walk.
Let's do it.
And you have entered the Pantheon, the actual real Pantheon, not just the city named after it. Hello, my name is Danny, and I am a Dungeon Master and the Dungeon Master for the Quest Friends Forever podcast, the one you are listening to right now. Let's start real quick by telling you about the Nostalgia Network, www.thenostalgianetwork.com. That's our podcast network that we own and operate. That's where you'll find shows like Nostalgia, where Eric and Jessica talk about movies and remakes and all kinds of fun stuff through a queer and feminist perspective. You'll also find the Lousy Advice podcast, where Eric and his band Lousy Advice talk about music and bands and songs and all kinds of music-related stuff and make lists, and it's a lot of fun, and they have cool guests, and it's great, and you'll love it. We'll also be adding a 4th show to the lineup in November. It's the show we've kind of been teasing here for a while. That'll be Eric and Jessica and one other new member of the Nostalgia Network family. We'll be talking about a beloved television show that'll be launching soon. I will announce it here when we have it, whenever we have an announce date, a release date, what have you. Yeah, it'll be fun, and I think you'll love it. While you're waiting for that hot announcement, why not pass the time by giving us a like and a follow on your social media app of choice? We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, kind of. There's an account there you can follow at least. Yeah, we'll be posting stuff there. We post new episode announcements and sometimes some cool pictures, like when we hang out together in person, which we got to do again recently. Of course, COVID safely with masks and vaccinated and all that fun stuff. And since you're on the internet anyway, why not give us a rating and a review on your podcast app of choice? We love giving you choices, but if you could give us a 5-star rating or a review that says we're, of course, hilarious and great and cute, all that fun stuff, those things really help. They drive traffic. They get the downloads. You know the drill by now. You've listened to a podcast before. Maybe this one, maybe another one. But either way, you know the drill. So if you did that, we would be very, very grateful. And it would be very nice of you, and we would say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we will say thank you. That's what I got for you today. Let's see what the future holds for our group of travelers. See you in 2 weeks. Bye. You go up a staircase carved from the same white marble that makes up the building itself. The staircase is enclosed all the way up with a torch on the walls every few feet to keep it pleasantly illuminated. The incline of the stairs is a gentle one, and the passageway is wide, making this an easy traversal. It takes you about a minute to climb up the stairs, and in that minute you pass a handful of other people making their way back down, but there is plenty of room for you to pass them going the other way. These people have a lot of different ranges of emotions on their face. Some of them are smiling, some of them are weeping quietly to themselves, some just look down at their feet as they walk. But they are all headed out. And you finally reach the top of the stairs. These stairs end directly in the center of a perfectly square room, roughly 1,000 square feet in size. Like the rest of the building, the interior here is all white marble. You spin around to take in your surroundings in the center of this room, and you see there are 8 heavy-looking gray curtains hung in every direction around you. Each of these curtains is emblazoned with the symbol of one of the 8 overgods, indicating the shrine to each individual deity is right behind it. Each curtain also has a gray tunicked cleric or monk standing in front of it. These attendants all stand perfectly still and are looking straight ahead, possibly unblinking, you aren't sure yet. And right now, you are currently the only people in this lobby-esque waiting area outside of the shrines. What shall you do? And I'm going to send you a picture of the area again.
I like that you had to write what the lump next to feast is.
Oh, yeah, because it's a cornucopia, but, you know.
It looks
That
like a
looks
penis.
nothing
on the
like a
bottom.
cornucopia.
That's why I wrote the words, so you can tell. You're welcome. That's called
It
good
looks
storytelling.
like a whale.
It looks like a mushroom penis.
Maybe some people eat whales or mushroom penises. You don't know.
No.
That
It looks like
that could be a
penis.
feast for someone.
It looks like a very,
Okay,
very
I'm back.
sick penis.
What looks like a very sick penis?
My drawing of a
cornucopia.
cornucopia on the feast. part
Oh.
of
I said
the-
it looks like a whale.
And then David said it looks like a diseased penis or something.
No, I was looking at
Oh.
the middle bottom for nature. It looks like a penis, but like with somebody who has an infection.
Oh yeah,
God.
nature looks like either a dick or it looks like a Wario nose and mustache.
It's God damn it!
Oh yeah, that's actually way closer.
It's a tree. You got to spin it upside down.
Nature.
That's you have to spin it to see it. That's upside
Nature.
down. Yeah,
That-
it's a tree with some birds.
That still doesn't look anything like a tree. Danny,
Okay,
why?
That looks like if you turn it upside down, now it's Wario, but he's crying.
listen. Of everyone on this pod, I am the least artistically inclined. So maybe one of the artists on the pod would want to make this real, make this for real.
No, I'm
And then
kind
we're
of
gonna
taking
draw
the
a more
Wario
detailed
stash.
penis.
Okay, all right. So you are in the center of that. So you're facing, when you come up the stairs, you're facing the top middle, which is light. So what
And
do you
this is
do?
a waiting area, right?
It's kind of like a lobby, yeah. So there's this general kind of buffer waiting area, and then there's the 8 curtains in the corresponding directions.
I'm gonna walk over to Feast and kind of check it out.
So you go to the bottom left of this room, and you approach the curtain. There is, of course, a cleric standing outside this curtain. It is a half-elf man wearing a gray tunic with the insignia of the feast, the cornucopia, on it. And he looks at you, but does not move, and just awaits.
Is there a door behind the curtain? Is that the idea? With
You
this
cannot
room?
see yet.
Okay.
It's like a heavy, like soundproof, blackout kind of curtain situation.
Okay, but there isn't like another room that we're gonna go into after that. Like, it's not like, okay, this is a waiting area, and then around the corner, that's where you go. Okay, Danny is shrugging.
I'm shrugging.
So it's great, great audio.
Yeah.
Okay,
Should we just walk to the curtain? Do you want to touch
the
it?
cleric's in the way, right?
Yeah. It's like a bouncer situation.
Okay. We wish to feast, is what I say at the cleric.
He looks at you, and then looks at Stephanie, and looks at Ellie, and then looks at Val, kind of like, huh? But of course, doesn't say anything.
No, he doesn't. Not with Val. So
Oh, he
nobody
doesn't?
noticed. Nobody noticed. But while you guys were walking over to the feast, Val was perplexed and walked over to Love.
Aww.
Okay.
Something about that particular curtain is drawing my attention, and as a confused used to be warbot, now suddenly wanting to seek love in the world. Val is just by themselves going over to the love curtain and just standing there. And I assume there's also a cleric standing in front of that curtain too.
Yes, there is.
I walk up to the cleric and I say,
Hello.
They look at you.
and then a pause.
Yes, apparently.
And then quietly. So I'm actually going to turn this down because I feel like I should be respectful in this great hall of the gods or whatever.
Greetings. I am a Variance Alpha Psionic Altonian Lexo Transceiver Unit, model number XFCED001, but you can call me Val for short. It's great to meet you.
Does Val have a volume knob that they can control?
You don't know that.
And
I mean,
okay.
canonically, I think we have done that already. Oh, no, because we've done it when you've been far away, and we've done it where you have been muffled.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right.
But
so maybe just now is the first time, but Val never bothered to deal with it before.
okay.
Did you want me to be quiet at some point?
No. I like the idea of you just having one volume and then but you can control it, but you just don't.
You just
don't
never
try.
do.
Just now is the only time that you do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
Fine.
The cleric listens to your greeting, Val, and they reach over and they grab the edge of the curtain in front of the love shrine, and they pull it back a little bit, and they look at you as if asking you if you want to go in,
Sure thing.
and they wait for you to go in. Then
I take a step forward to go in there, but then I pause just as I'm about to walk in, and then I turn around and I look at the guy and I say,
So long.
and then I walk in. So nobody noticed Val just completely watching through this love curtain, love door by themselves.
You can say bathhouse.
Okay.
You're allowed to say that. You can say that word.
okay. So as Val walks into
Wow, Danny.
behind the love curtain, that is when the cleric in front of the feast curtain pulls back theirs for the other three of you and motions as if you can go in if you want.
Stephanie goes in.
We can leave our friend behind.
Do you guys notice that Val's gone?
This is happening concurrently, is how I see it. So
it
we
is.
are talking to the person while you are talking to the person, and you talk to everybody. That's fine. So I wasn't worried, and then I turn around to see if you're there, and I see you going in the other room. I'm just like, well, okay. Val's gone. I guess we're doing this. Are we? We're all three going, right? Jared, are you okay?
I'm
we're
coming
going.
with we're going into the feast. Let Val have a good time wherever they end up. I say. One way or another, we're all gonna meet back up, I'm sure.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So Stephanie, Jared, and Ellie go behind the curtain held open by the cleric of feast. And on the other side of this curtain, there is another room. It's a square room again. This one is smaller than the lobby. This is about the size of the hotel room you were staying in last night, so it's pretty small. It is lit with torches on all the walls, in addition to rows of candles running along the base of the walls to the left and the right when you enter. Straight ahead along the far wall, the symbol of the Overgotta Feast is carved intricately into the marble, a huge symbol of the cornucopia that takes up the entire wall from the floor to the ceiling. On the floor in front of this symbol are a variety of what you can only assume were offerings from previous visitors. There are closed chests of varying sizes, ranging from breadbox size to very obvious treasure chest size. There are jewels and jewelry of all varieties. There are works of art ranging from paintings of landscapes to cross-stitchings of the god symbol. There are a handful of weapons and tools strewn about. There are bouquets of flowers, potted plants. There is a large, fully cooked and uneaten turkey on a glamorous silver platter. There are a few animal skulls, a few human skulls, folded up pieces of parchment, glass jars with strange liquids, on and on and on and on. As you take a few steps into this room, you hear the curtain slide close behind you. What do the three of you do?
Okay. I have the angry face doll,
Okay.
and with the tag, with the
Maiden Remedy.
Harvest Festival Maiden Remedy. And I walk up to the edge of the gifts wherever they are, and I hold out the doll, kind of like Simba style.
That's what it looks like you're doing, yeah.
Hold it out and say, we need your help. Is it? Am I doing this right? Is this how I?
You're doing great. Just keep going.
Okay. Okay.
Ellie's on the other side of you from Jared. And it's like, yeah, I don't. This seems good. I guess I don't know. It seems ceremonial.
Okay. Still holding it up. We were in Remedy for the Harvest Festival, your Harvest Festival, and everybody disappeared. Everybody's gone. We don't know where they went. They just vanished into thin air. And we are worried. We're worried about them. We want to find them. They were nice people. It was a fun time despite, this we kind of look alike. We did the thing with the face and then I hold it back up. But something happened and we think that maybe you can help us. It happened kind of on your watch, right? Because this was a whole thing for you so maybe, I don't know, we thought maybe you might want to help. Is this still okay? Am I still?
Yeah, I don't know how this works, so sure.
Okay, we need your help to find the people of Remedy. This offering is from one of the nice people that no longer exist.
I tap on your shoulder and I'm like, hey, could I jump in and just say something real quick?
Oh, yeah. Here, take the doll. Okay, and I give him the doll.
I take the doll and I hold the doll up the same way and I clear my throat and I say, please.
Ooh,
and then I go ahead and
good.
give back
That's
the doll.
good.
Thank you so much.
Ellie goes, yeah, it's good to have manners. That's good.
We want to help these people. Please help us help these people who loved you with their entire existence. Yeah. I don't know how this works, so I'm gonna put this down right here. It's gonna, and do we sit? Do we wait? Okay. I put the doll down, and nicely and gently, maybe there's a treasure chest or a pile of jewels and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I could have put this on here because and then I'm gonna sit down.
I'm gonna take out the pearl necklace in my pocket and I'm gonna attach it to the neck of the doll as just a little topper.
Ellie sees Jared add something to the doll, and she goes, "Oh shucks, maybe I should too." And she rifles through her pockets, and all she can find are the sunglasses. In her panic of patting herself down, she takes the sunglasses and she puts them on the doll as well, and then stands back and then thinks for a second and then bows, and then stands back up and looks at Stephanie like, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, that's a good idea. And then, so I was sitting down cross-legged. So instead I'm going to sit on my shins and I'm going to kind of bow half my body.
Ellie does the same thing. Jared, do you bow too?
Yes.
So the three of you lean forward to bow as you've presented this sunglassed, pearl necklaced doll. And about 10 seconds pass of literally nothing happening. And Ellie...
Oh, no. Did I do it bad? Did I do it bad?
Ellie is still bowing forward, and she's like, is it not enough? You then hear a voice from behind you. Waiting on feast, are ya?
I turn around.
Standing there between you and the curtain, so in the room, but the curtain's still closed, you see a gnome. This gnome has a big belly, like a jolly Santa kind of belly, and rosy red cheeks. They've got shaggy black hair down to their shoulders and big black bushy eyebrows, and they are wearing a plain brown tunic, standing there looking at you.
Okay, so it's just me standing there.
After a second, the gnome smirks a little and walks forward into the room. And without addressing you again, they walk right past you toward the pile of goodies on the ground. And they start just kind of casually leafing through the things that have been offered to this overgod here on the ground. They lean down and they pick up a pile of jewelry kind of looking at each one for a second ponderously, and then just tossing them back up in the air, going to a different spot. Just going through, opens one of the chests, it's full of gold coins. They kind of go, and they close it. Eventually they see the cooked turkey, and they go, ooh, and they run over to it, where they just reach out a bare hand and tear off a hunk of meat and pop it into their mouth.
I thought this was like a private session kind of thing. Was I mistaken? I might have. Who are you?
This is going to be great
Who
audio.
are you?
With a mouthful of turkey meat. I was going to do the chewing. I went to the chewing noises. Imagine the voices chewing, because it would be not fun for people to listen to.
Denny,
What?
better podcasting. Go to your kitchen right now. Grab something to eat.
Well, no, I only have crunchy things nearby. That's not what turkey sounds like. I don't have any turkey.
It could be old
unfortunately.
turkey. It could be old
It could-
turkey.
it
Put
could
like
be.
a piece of bread in your
This is-
mouth, Danny.
How long has
This
the
is
turkey been
fantasy
there? We
turkey.
don't know.
Hang on.
We don't know.
So we're going to do some Foley work here.
Danny is eating bread.
Yeah, this is a private session. What do you mean?
I cannot understand you. Can you repeat that?
They say. I said, you're right. This is a private session.
Are you the Overgod feast?
As you are asking, the gnome reaches another hand out and grabs another slice of meat, just rips it off this bird, and goes,
Because otherwise this would be very disrespectful, and we might need to stop you, but I need to make sure who you are first, because
I jump
this is
in.
awkward.
I jump in and I'm like, I don't know. I kind of love it. I hope he's just off the street.
see, this guy gets it. But they finish chewing. Jesus. It's a thick
They're
piece of
chewing
bread.
on Jesus?
I mean, this is his body, right? They finish chewing and they do a big comical gulp as they gulp down the turkey. And
Burp
they,
on pod. Burp on pod. Oh, no? Okay. sorry.
the gnome extends a hand out to just the group in general, a greasy hand now, and goes, "Feast at your service."
Wow. That worked. Okay. Hello, protector of the forest, Stephanie, and I stick out my hand.
You shake a greasy meat hand.
Ugh.
I jump forward and I say, my name's Jared. I'm the hot one of the group.
Well, all right, he says.
You know what hot means, right?
Sure, that's the temperature I like my food. But just kidding,
No.
I'll eat anything.
I bet you will.
And Ellie kind of does another bow. Hi, I'm Ellie. And he just kind of looks at her and goes, "Great, cool." And then turns back around and grabs another hunk of meat and starts chewing again.
Okay. Did you hear what we said? Did that work? Did you hear? Like about Remedy and all of the, like, we were at the Harvest Festival and then
Yeah.
suddenly everybody except for us disappeared and it was really scary and weird and we want to
Yeah.
find them.
Yeah, I heard that part. And they sit down on the ground, still in arm's reach of the turkey, but now they are sitting cross-legged on the ground. So, yeah, I heard all that. What do you ask of me? What do you need me to do about it?
I mean, it wasn't.
But, no, you go. No, I'm sorry. That's so rude of me. You go.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean. I mean, your feastiness.
I jump in and I say, you need to fix it.
Fix what?
Bring the people
Wait.
back.
Was that you? Did
Uh,
did they make you angry? Because I mean, like we can work something out. I'm sure.
No, I don't remember making a town disappear. Wait, hang on a second. No, that happened. That festival happened. Wait a minute. You did it. Remember, you got the gifts and you did the exchange anyway after everyone was gone? I remember that. Yeah, you upheld the tradition. It was great.
But everybody was gone.
Yeah. I kind of tuned out at that part because the festival was over.
Like it was like immediately after. There was like some skeletons came to like, and they were like roughing things up. So like we very heroically jumped into action and saved people. And then we went to fight a bone daddy And
Well, that all seems out of my jurisdiction.
right, absolutely. But it's relevant because then when we came back, which was only like an hour or so later, everybody was gone. Everything, all of the animals, all life except for the fauna. I'm sorry, except for the flora.
There you go.
Everybody was gone. Everything.
Don't let nature hear you get those mixed up. They joke.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh my god.
The gnome finishes chewing and thinks, and they go, all right, there's like a lot of festivals in my name. I'm not really super present around when they're not happening. Let me see what I can do. Hang on a second. And Feast closes their eyes. And then a few seconds go by, and they go, oh, yeah, there they are. Right there in Remedy, right where you left them.
What? No, they're gone.
No, I'm looking at them, and oh wait, hang on a minute. And they scrunch their eyes really tight, like they're really trying to focus on something. And they say, that can't be right. Why am I seeing this? Hang on a second. And Feast simply vanishes into thin air. There is no sound effect. There's no puff of smoke. They just blink away.
I turn to Ellie and I'm like, do you think that nature heard me mix up flora and fauna? Like, that is so embarrassing. that is so embarrassing for like, just like a druid elf, but also for the protector. Ah, man.
Ellie pats you on the shoulder and she says, I'm sure that the overgod of nature has their own thing to worry about. They're probably not listening. I hope. If they are, we love you, I guess.
And we're sorry.
We're sorry for everything. I don't know, just in case.
And thank you for everything.
While Feast blinks away, Val, what's going on? What are you doing?
What's my motivation?
Yeah. So
Val,
you have.
Well, first of all, I'm a robot.
Yeah.
So jot that
Val is
down.
lost in the universe of love and hate and is confused and
Wow.
very vulnerable at the moment.
Smaller scale than that. So you enter the curtain of the Overgod of Love, and you also find yourself in this square room about the size that you were staying in last night of the inn.
Mm-hmm.
There are torches on the wall. There are candles along the ground. There is also a variety of offerings here on the floor against the far wall, and up against the wall we see the symbol of the Overgod of Love, which is of course a heart that is etched into this marble.
How many sex toys are in front of the Overgod?
Real quick, what is our target audience for this podcast? Are we shooting
Wait, are
for,
there 69 of them?
Hang on. There are 5 sex toys among this pile of offerings. There's also a variety of potions. Again, there are big chests of gold. There is some locks of hair.
Dirty panties.
Hang on. No dirty panties.
Are there
that's nasty.
feet portraits?
There is actually a very intricate, detailed drawing of orc feet. You see.
Val picks up the orc feet drawing and is sort of emulating what an art critic would be doing. Yes, magnificent, yes.
But what do you
Wait,
actually
but
say?
Little robot
but
that
what
doesn't
do
know
you
what they're
say?
doing.
What do you actually say, though, when you do that?
Hello.
Val walks over to what I assume would be the whoever dropped off these goodies was really into BDSM,
All right.
and then opens up one of the many chambers on Val's chassis and pulls out a neatly folded, brand new, never been used before pair of leather armor clothing.
Okay.
Because I have leather armor
Yes, you do.
in my equipment, but I'm a 4-foot tall robot that don't need no leather armor.
That's correct.
So these are literally brand new store bought, never been used before, 100% genuine, and just takes out the neatly folded, I assume would be a pair of pants and some type of shirt made out of leather, and places them next to the leather clad dong of whatever's on the table right there.
So where did you get the armor, Val?
I don't know. You gave it to me my entertainer or my
I know,
my
but tell me where you
entertainer's
got
pack.
it. I know I gave it to you because I'm a human DM, but where did you get it in the game?
Oh, I got it as a tip one night while I was DJing at the club from a very wealthy, super stoned, like eyes wide open, rolling, so much Molly going on at this discotheque club that they just gave this to me because I just made their world.
From a party monster.
Yeah.
But like a literal monster though. It's like a big
Yeah.
orc or something. Great. So you give this sweaty orc armor, sorry, brand new, never before used, wink, armor, and you set it down in the pile of offerings?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you do?
Well, and then I go to the center of the room and I turn left and then I turn right and then I just pause and then I just sort of sit down on the ground and I sort of hold my hands together, sort of like I'm just waiting now.
You don't say anything?
No.
Val, you should roll.
And then I start just like kind of like a board. Now I start playing with dancing lights from one hand to the other, sort of keeping myself entertained.
Why don't you roll a charisma roll?
That's for a 19.
Holy shit.
17 plus 2.
Val, as you sit here doing your little idle dancing lights show for yourself, nobody appears in this temple, but you notice that the heart that is carved into the wall starts to kind of light up somehow, even though it's made of, marble. Like from the parts, like the parts that are actually carved out, like that part, the outline kind of starts lighting up. And you hear a voice, Val, in your mind processor CPU unit inside.
It's traveling across my bus.
Okay. And
Same.
this voice says, "Well, aren't you interesting?"
Oh my goodness.
Val kind of like stands up really quickly, kind of shocked, and then kind of like quickly like to the left and then to the right, swirling around trying to figure out where that voice came from, even though there's nobody else in this room.
There's nobody in the room.
Hello.
The voice says, "I've never gotten a visitor without their own heart before."
Oh my goodness.
Still confused by the origin of the sound, Val starts kind of wandering around the room, not really aiming at any particular area.
Hello. Hello.
The voice says, "What are you after?"
And then I notice that there's a glowing thing on the wall. And I say, and I stop, ooh! And I pause and I look directly at it.
Greetings. I am a Variance Alpha Psionic Altonian Lexo Transceiver Unit, model number XFCED001. But you can call me Val for short. It's great to meet you.
The heart starts kind of like pulsing on the wall, actually kind of like a light show. Now that I say it,
Hey!
and you hear the voice say, "Touch it."
Oh my goodness. Sure thing.
And then Val scampers over there like an excited kid, and then whack! Immediately touches the wall.
So you kind of kick aside some of the offerings on the ground. Some of the sex toys go scattering, and the other ones too. It's not just sex toys. Come on, let's be adults here.
Sure.
And
Sure.
you,
Yeah, there's like flowers and
Yeah,
things.
there's flowers.
Like actual
There's-
love
Yeah,
stuff.
actual
I was
real
being,
nice stuff.
Yeah.
I was being
Yeah,
a
let's be
gross girl.
adults
I
here.
recognize
Yeah.
that. Okay, it's been a long day.
Okay. So the nice
This
ones
is a
too.
sex positive podcast.
Yes, and all the beautiful offerings, regardless of shape, size, and depth, and yaw, wink.
Wow.
All the beautiful gifts, they get kind of kicked aside as you scramble forward, and you put your hand on the wall in the heart.
Sure thing.
So you feel something, Val. There's kind of this energy emanating from this wall that touches your would-be hand, I guess, as you put it on the wall, and then starts to move up your metal arm towards your
Oh my
towards your
goodness.
body and your torso. And the voice says, "No heart, but still wants to love." And this
Don't worry. You can trust me. I'm friendly and approachable.
and this energy washes over your torso and up through your glass dome and down to your legs, and you feel all tingly all over, Val.
The green glass dome now suddenly becomes a very blush, sort of rosé red
Some
kind of color.
some pink.
Yeah, kind of pinkish, kind of almost like an embarrassed, but also, kind of color. If that's a color, then that's what color Val's dome is.
And the energy kind of tingles a little bit on you, and then it just eventually dissipates and fades. And the voice says, "Well, go forth and love then."
Thank you
And-
for your assistance. You've been a great help.
And Val, you have received a blessing from the Overgod of
Uh-oh.
Love.
What does that mean?
You now have a feature called Captivating Touch.
So we're like, we should just talk to all of these fucking gods and get
Let's go to every room.
all of the
Let's go to every
blessings?
room.
So on this list,
Mhm.
there's a feature in the middle called Channel Divinity Captivating Touch.
Okay.
You get that now.
Okay.
So you
Cool.
can use your Channel Divinity or Blessing from a God to captivate a creature. As an action, choose one creature within 5 feet of you. This creature must make a Wisdom saving throw, and on a failure, that creature is captivated by your style and grace. And they have disadvantage on Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma saving throws for 10 minutes, as well as on attack rolls against you.
So I can do Charm Person whenever I want?
Well, it's once per day, but it's
Okay.
not quite Charm Person. But you can do that by touching people now. You have Captivating Touch, Val. That's what you just have been
Sweet.
blessed by. Congratulations.
So Val's still standing in front of this glowing heart in the marble,
The heart fades as the energy dissipates in you.
and then I'm still standing there. I'm not leaving, and now I'm saying,
How can I help you today?
Simultaneously, while Val is receiving the blessing of love, back in the feast shrine, feast themselves blinks back into existence right in front of the three of you, Ellie, Stephanie, and Jared. It's been maybe 20 seconds since they blinked away, and Feast reappears in the exact same spot, sitting on the ground near the turkey, and they look a little confused, and they go to reach for a piece of the turkey, but then they stop and they kind of put their hand back down and rub their hand on their pants, and they go, "Hey, so quick question, and I think I know the answer, but I don't get out into the mortal world a whole lot, so you never know.
Uh-huh.
When you were there, how many remedies were there?"
Like Remedians? Like how many townsfolk?
No, like the city itself.
Oh. What?
Yes,
One?
dimension play.
One? One? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Because now, there's two. I can see a remedy that is deserted, and I can see a remedy full of people, which apparently, as
I'm
you already
sorry?
know, isn't really how things are supposed to work.
Where is the second okay. There's a second remedy.
I guess so.
Where is the second remedy? Because I mean, like, it's not right there. Like, I was right there. I was there, and it's not there. It's not on like this plane of existence.
Yeah, I'm seeing it in the exact same spot. That's why I thought they were still there. And this is kind of a weird feeling. I don't really get stumped very often.
I mean, we could always go next door. Knowledge is there, right? We could just call them up.
Well,
Call them. See what's.
seems
maybe-
a little rude to just say to my face like that.
Oh, I mean, no, you're stumped. I'm stumped. I mean, all brains are.
Are beautiful, exactly. I would say I don't think my confusion is related to my field. I'm not sure somebody else would know a whole lot more. We're all a little bit kind of, sort of all seeing a little bit, I mean, I'm mostly food and harvest and stuff, but I still know things. Come on. So, yeah, there you go.
So
long.
how do we fix it? How do we get to the second remedy? Oh, was there an old lady with a cane, like a white cane, like chilling, the mayor of the town? Just want to make sure it's the same remedy.
Hang on. And Feast closes their eyes again and scrunches them up really tight. And then 10 seconds go by and it's awkward. And Ellie goes, sorry. And then Feast opens their eyes again and says, yeah, there's an old lady. She doesn't have a cane. She's inside sewing something. everyone in town seems to be being put to work. Some of them, a lot of them are blacksmithing weapons. Some of them are crafting. Some of them are training in combat. And there's a lot of soldiers around.
What kind of soldiers? Where are the soldiers from?
Hang on. Shuts their eyes really tight.
Don't let this scene end. Just keep asking questions that are going to answer everything that we ever need to know about this world ever. And then we'll just keep doing this for the next 5 episodes.
Feast pops her eyes open again. Well, they've got black armor. That's it. No insignia. Just really menacing looking black armor. I mean, not menacing to me, but I assume for a mortal it would be quite a sight.
Nice
And
save.
it's in the same place. Like the town is in the same place, but there's 2 of them? Is that what you're saying?
It's, for me, they're the same, but there's just 2. And I'm not sure what's... And Feast stops talking. And they snap to attention all of a sudden, like they heard something, even though none of you heard anything. They hold up a finger, telling you to wait, and they disappear again. Maybe they went to look for more clues, Ellie says.
This is weird, right, Jared?
Yes. I'm thinking it's dimension shit.
Well, I don't know if you would say dimension shit. Oh, shucks.
Does this have anything to do with your dreams that are like... Have you seen your gnome
Halfling.
friend? Halfling friend?
Halfling? No.
Because
They
that
have not-
feels real, right? That's like maybe it's connected. Maybe it's...
I think it's that, or I just have like a really super duper brain.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's a possibility, Ellie says.
Yeah. I mean, it's real to me, for sure. Who knows?
Can you blink your eye, or can you like close your eyes and do the squinty thing and see far away? Can you do like what Feast did? Try it.
Okay, let me try
Let's
it.
see how good your brain is.
Okay. I close my eyes. I squint. Okay, I'm seeing there's like a silver silver landing. It's a tray. It's a tray full of breakfast. I'm seeing a tray full of breakfast.
Are you just remembering your breakfast? Ellie says.
I'm just remembering my breakfast. I would like more of that, please. That was so good.
Yeah, maybe we can. And Feast pops back. Feast is now standing behind you, back by the curtain again, and they clear their throat. Hey, so you guys look like maybe you've been in a scrape or 2 before?
I've been known to scrape.
Great. Small issue. It maybe looks like darkness has possessed a mortal downstairs, and there's a bit of a situation. So I was wondering, since we're friends now, right? They laugh nervously. I was hoping you could go down and maybe see what you can do about that.
Oh no, did they possess fucking jerk glasses, dork?
That's his name, Jerk Glasses Dork.
Can we like continue this after we deal with the thing though? Can you like maybe like find out some stuff? Oh, also, we don't have to kill this person, right? Like, do you have any details?
Yeah, so basically just stop them from making a disaster out there. Me and the others are going to go into our little plane, where we like to hang out, and we're going to try to find darkness there and stop them in there, because that's where they're possessing from. But here in the mortal world, we want to not have a lot of damage here around our sacred shrines. Maybe, does
Cool.
that...
Well, we got it.
We don't really have guards to call upon, so...
We'll meet back here when we're done.
Oh, we'll find you. Don't worry. We kind of can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just like right out that door downstairs.
Yeah, down,
right? You
down.
just go
yeah.
downstairs.
Yeah, down. I gotta get to the group. So good luck.
Is there
Okay.
sorry, there's a lot of like monks here, and like I don't want them to think that we're just being assholes. Is there some sort of something that we could be like, hey, no, Feast asked us to do this. We're cool with Feast.
Pretty sure they'll let you try to stop the person making a mess downstairs because it's bad. So
Also, which door should we
Oh.
enter?
just go out the curtain and then down the stairs. It's literally the only door.
Okay, there's
okay,
only one door.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit.
Okay, but what if there's
Okay,
more
here I
than
go.
one? What if there's more than one door? What should we do then?
I that would be incredible. I mean, normally I would say that's impossible, but now I see 2 cities in one, so who knows, huh? But I really need to go. Okay, bye.
Okay, so just the one
Is that-
door.
Before Feast leaves, Val now comes into the room to meet up with the friends, and then walks up to Feast and
Greetings.
says,
I am a variance Alpha
Oh,
Psionic
okay.
Altonian Lexotransceiver Unit, model number XFCED001.
Oh, no, yeah, okay.
But you can
Oh,
call
they're
me
with
Val for
us.
short. It's great to meet you.
This is
I-
Val.
I remember.
How can I
from-
help you today?
I remember the
How
gift
can I
exchange.
help you today? Hello.
Hey Val, we gotta go.
So
Don't
where,
worry. You can trust me. I'm friendly and approachable.
Where Val came in, Val kind of shoulder checked the monk guarding the curtain. So
not on purpose.
yeah, just out of excitement. So
Yeah.
the curtain is open and the monk is like peering in, looking kind of pissed off. And the monk holds up their hand or their wrist and like taps where their watch would be. Like, all right, you guys have been in here a while. Like,
But does he see Feast
Val
before
run-
Feast blinks away?
feast is gone.
Val goes
Okay,
up to
let's go.
the monk, and then because the monk is like sort of tapping on their watch, Val reaches up and grabs the monk's hand that he's pointing at, and what was it? Captivating touch on the monk.
Okay.
That's a new thing. I gotta try a new thing. So what do I do?
So you touch this monk, and they become captivated by your style and your grace. And they cannot speak, but they look at you, Val, and they give you a wink. They go, and that was me winking for the listening audience.
As at this point we're all leaving. We're passing the monk.
Yes.
I whisper to Val. I say, "Ooh, someone's got a crush."
Val's. I didn't say that Val's stone went to green again like before, but it did.
Okay.
But then it went right back to that same blush color. And
Laugh
Val
out
says,
loud.
As you scramble away from this waiting area and hurry down the stairs, you can start to hear some yelling and some commotion coming from outside as you get closer. When you reach the bottom and look out, you notice that it's much, much darker than it was when you went inside just a little while ago in the morning. You look up from the ground and you see the source of this problem. Floating about 50 feet up in the air is a figure. This figure is wearing a short-sleeved gray checkered button-up shirt tucked into khaki shorts, white socks halfway up the calves, white tennis shoes that you could have sworn you saw the New Balance logo on, and of course, sunglasses. The man known as Foster Grant has his arms raised to the sky, casting spheres of pitch-black magical darkness into the air to block out the sun. He glances down to see you run out of the building, and you hear him chuckle, though it doesn't sound like his usual laugh that you've now heard a lot of times because he's a jolly dude. He takes off the sunglasses and throws them down in your direction, where they hit the ground and break apart near your feet. When you look back up, you can see that his eyes are open, but they are now completely pitch black. Roll for initiative.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Nostalgia Network.
Visit thenostalgianetwork.com for more.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric.
I'm Shelby.
I'm Jake.
And we are the band Lousy Advice from the Lousy Advice Podcast.
Come listen as we draft artist and genre-centric best of lists.
With the help of our closest friends.
These lists are canon.
And there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
From Misfits to Cher.
Green Day to Gaga.
Or Pup to Paramore.
Listen to the Lousy Advice podcast now, or else.
Stream us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the Nostalgia Network, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget that we are the band Lousy Advice, and this is our podcast, the Lousy Advice Podcast.
The Lousy Advice Podcast?
The Lousy Advice podcast.